Good morning, all of you. So, as we know that presently we are studying the properties of metals, and already we have discussed the three properties of metals. That is what? Metals are malleable, metals are ductile, and metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. Is it yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Properties of metals. So already we have discussed in last class the three properties of metals. That is, the first one is called as what? Metals are malleable, and the second property is metals are ductile, and metals are third one.
Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity.
Metals are good conductor. Electricity.
Good conductors of
Electricity.
heat and electricity. So the property of malleability. What is the meaning of malleable? How we can say metals are malleable? Because we can hammer them into what? Thin
sheets.
That property is malleability. That is why we can say metals are malleable. Like that, you can say ductile. What we can say metals are ductile?
That stretched or drawn into thin wires.
Drawn into what? A thin wire. Thin wire is called as metals are ductile in nature. So the best metal which is highly malleable in nature and highly ductile in nature, what is that? Gold. Correct or not? So gold is the metal which is highly malleable and highly ductile in nature. After gold, what is that? Silver. Is it yes or no? Please tell me. So silver, after next it will be followed. Now if it comes to the next one, metals are good conductors of heat, and electricity. So as we know that the best conductor of heat, who is that? Best conductor of heat.
Silver.
Heat is silver. What is that?
Silver.
Do you understand, all of you? So the silver is the best conductor of heat. So that is why you can see all the cooking utensils and water boilers, etc. They are made up of this kind of everything is made up of this kind of metals only. So the best metal or highest thermal conductivity, conducting heat also we can call it as what? Thermal conductivity. So the silver is the metal is the best conductor of heat and it is the highest thermal conductivity. So after silver, what is that? Copper and aluminium. What is that? Copper and aluminium. You understanding, all of you? The best conductor of heat is silver. Next one is followed by what? Copper. Next one is aluminium. So that is why you can see always we have a silver vessels and copper vessels and aluminium vessels for cooking utensils and etc. Because of they are the very best conductors of heat. So this is the best highest thermal conductivity. After that, a very good conductors of heat is copper and aluminium. Do you understanding? Please tell me. Silver is having highest
conductor of heat.
For MCQs, it is very important. The highest thermal conductivity metal is silver. Remember, after followed by copper and aluminium. Okay, da? So now, the poorest conductor of heat among the metals is what? What is the poorest conductor? Highest, you know that. Highest and very good. And what is the poorest one? Poorest metal, poorest one, which is conduct very less, poorest conductor of heat. Who is that? Please check your notebook and tell me.
Lead and mercury.
Lead after it is followed by mercury. So this is the poorest conductors of heat. Others, what is happening? Nobody is saying. So that is called poorest conductors of heat. That is what regarding heat are. Heat also we can call it as what? Thermal conductivity. What we should call it? Thermal conductivity. Now,
Thermal conductivity.
Good conductors of electricity. Who is the good conductors of electricity? Check it and tell
Copper.
me.
Copper.
No. Good conductors of electricity.
Silver.
So good conductors of electricity also the best metal. The metal is the best conductor of electricity is silver only. Next, after silver, the best conductor is what? Gold.
Copper.
Aluminium. Understanding, Ra? Okay, copper. Next gold, next aluminium, and last one is tungsten. That is so good conductors of electricity. First one is what? Topmost one is silver. Silver after what? Copper. Copper after what? Gold.
Gold.
Gold after
Aluminium.
Others also should speak aluminium. And last one is what? And
Tungsten.
tungsten. So tungsten we can use in what? Bulb filaments.
Bulbs.
Understanding? Filaments. So this is all about it. Now coming to the poor conductors. Who is the poor conductors of electricity? Poor conductors of electricity. Note it down, everybody. Very, very important for MCQs. You already know that. Who is the poor conductors of electricity? Tell me,
Lead and mercury.
Iron and mercury. What is that? Iron.
Iron and mercury.
Iron and mercury. So why they are poor conductors? Because they are giving the more resistance for the flow of electricity. That is why they are called as poor conductors of electricity. Those who are having less resistance, those who are not opposing the flow of electrons is called as good conductors. Those who are having a resistance, then they are the poor conductors. That is why you can see greater resistance, then lesser will be the flow of current. So that lower electrical conductivity. So electricity also we can call it as what? This one? Electrical conductivity. What we should call Ra?
Electrical conductivity.
All of you please remember that. Thermal heat, thermal conductivity. Electricity, electrical conductivity.
Conductivity.
Remember all of you, heat is called as thermal conductivity and electricity is called as electrical conductivity. So poor conductors and best conductors, all of you should remember good conductors of heat, poor conductors of heat. Next one, good conductors of electricity and poor conductors of electricity. Any doubt in this? Monish, Pradosh, everybody please respond me. Laksha.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Very important for MCQs. This
No,
question
sir.
is going to come for MCQs. These are the questions they will ask you from this chapter. Which is best among the metals? Which is the best metal for conducting electricity, heat? Like that they will ask you. Elamakil, are you clear? Tarun,
Yes, sir.
Rutilaya, you also respond. This is all about three properties. So what
No,
is
sir.
we have studied till now? Three properties we have studied. What is that? What is that?
For malleability, ductility,
Reliability,
Metals
ductile.
are good conductors of heat and electricity.
electricity.
Okay, na? The next property which we are going to study is metals are lustrous. What do you mean by lustrous? Anybody? What do you mean by
Sir,
lustrous?
luminous.
Shiny,
Sir,
sir.
shining.
Shining.
Shining nature. And you can see metals can be polished also. Metals can be polished. Means
Polish.
some surface, make it to shine. That is called as lustrous in nature, or we can say that shiny in nature. So that is our fourth property. Please write all of you. Metals are lustrous. Metals are fourth property. Metals are lustrous. Lustrous are also we can call it as what? Ra? Shiny. Okay, da? Shiny, comma, and can be polished. And can be polished. Any doubt in this? Please tell me. This is what our fourth property. So now you can observe here lustrous. What is the meaning of lustrous? Shiny. Everybody should remember. Monish, what is the meaning of lustrous? Monish? Manya? Samya?
Sir,
What is the meaning of lustrous?
Shining.
Means they are
Shine.
used to shine whenever if you'll observe all the metals. You may observe even the iron which is rust also, which is causing the rust, and it is no. If you'll cut it, you can see that the surface will shine or not. If you'll start cutting into two pieces, the inner surface will start shining. Correct or not? The cutting surface. Is it
Yes,
true? or
sir.
not? So that is so. If you take any metals, exemption case is there. I will say that also. So if you take metals, actually, metals are lustrous. Basically, most of the metals are lustrous, or they are shiny. For example, if you take gold, silver, and copper, they are shiny metals, and they can be even polished very easily. Is it yes or no? So the property of metals having a shining surface is only called as metallic luster. What we should call?
Metallic luster.
Metallic.
Very, very important. Metallic luster. So what do you mean by metallic luster? Means the property of what? Please write it, all of you. The property of metal of having shining surface. The property of metal having a what?
Shiny surface.
Shining surface is known as what? Is known as
Metallic luster.
metallic luster. So, what is the metals examples? Who is having luster in nature? Examples, if we'll take so many examples.
Gold, silver.
Best shining metal which is gold.
Gold,
Understand? Next, copper. Everything, all the metals.
copper, aluminum.
Aluminum, iron also will shine whenever it is freshly cut surface. If you cut the iron freshly, then you can see that surface is shining. So after that it will be dull. Why? Because the reaction will take place. Corrosion will take place with atmosphere, so that the shining surface will disappear. Again, if you cut it, again it will start shining. That is what. So the metals, if you take like gold, silver, everything like aluminum, all the metals are shining in nature, and the property of shining surface, the having a shining surface is called metallic luster, or else in our general language we can call chamak. Do you know chamak? Chimiki we can call it. For marriage and all, in our cheeks and all, we particularly girls and Muslims will keep it. Do you remember that? Chamak, shining. Chamak. Like a makeup, they will keep into the faces somewhere, so that it will be, when the light will fall, it will be like a bright shining. Have you noticed it? Chamaksra? Don't know. So that is the general word of this metallic luster is called as chamak. Okay. So this shiny appearance of metals is having advantage. That is why you can see why we are wearing the gold ornaments. Can anybody say why can't we wear iron? Why?
Because it is shining.
It is very useful in making jewelry,
It is shining.
decorating pieces. So decorating pieces and we're using silver, gold, and etc. Why? Because they have a luster. Understanding? They are a shining surface, and that is why we are using in gold. Gold is a decorative item and jewelry and etc. etc. For example, if we take, sir, you may ask me a question. Then why can't we wear iron ornaments? Understand? Iron substances, because iron can easily causes corrosion. What will happen? Iron can easily react with atmosphere, and it will damage easily. But if you take gold is very, very low reactive element. What is that? Low reactive
element.
So that it will take long time to react with atmosphere, even years it will take. So that is why you can see, if you wear gold, even after 10 years, 20 years also, it will be like that only. But if you like iron, if you see, if you are not giving proper protection, which I have studied in class 7, class 8, like covering with oil or applying some grease or applying some oil like that, then don't know. What is don't know, Laksha? I'm not understanding. So they will be causing for corrosion, so that metal will spoil. But gold and silver, it is not like that. So the life is very more, because they are very less reactive with the atmosphere. Do you understanding, all of you? So that is why you can see the gold and silver are used for making jewelry, because they are bright and shiny. Why they were using the gold and silver?
They are bright and shiny.
Gold and silver, they are bright
And shiny.
and shine. That is the reason why we are using. So if we'll go to the gold shop, what kind of ornaments it is? What kind of ornaments we have? Basically it is
gold
ornaments or silver ornaments. Correct or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now Laksha is asking, sir, I don't know the chimkis which we are using for makeup. So very simple. You don't know really. It is actually Muslims and all, while they are going for the any kind of marriage functions and all, they will use that. Chamak used in makeup. Just wait a minute. Chamak used in makeup, you can see that it is shining surface, it will be all there. Just 1 minute, I will show you. So just, that is the word actually we'll use for this one. But you can observe in makeup kits, like girls, they can use. This is, have you noticed it? On their eyes above, it is there, like a heroes and all they will use. That is called as chamak. Understand, Ra? It will be shining in surface. In the face, you can observe that it is lightly shining. That is called as chammaks. Okay, da? All of you? Understand, Laksha? It is used in makeup actually. One of the part of makeup which will increases the brightness. Like when the light will fall, it will start reflecting so that our face is appears to be more brighter. Is it okay, Manya and Samya, everybody? That is one. So that is why you can say that lustrous in nature, the metallic luster, the shining in nature, that is why generally we can call it as chammak. Is it okay, all of you? So basically, when I'm in kid, even that agarbattis and all, agarbatti covers and all also used to get this chamma. So if we'll open the chamma, that agarbatti cover and all, understanding? This intense, what is that? Incentive sticks, so that it will be stick to our hand. So if you touch unfortunately your face, then there that part is started shining because of reflection of light. Like that, so many things I have observed in my childhood, but you people maybe don't know. It is happening. It is there still. So many will use that. Okay. So this is all about. So gold and silver are what? They are the bright and shiny.
Bright and shining.
That is why we are using in what? Making a jewelry and as well as like ornaments and decorative items and etc. etc. You understanding, all of you? So now if you observe here, the shiny surface of metals makes them good reflectors of light also. That is what the reason why we are using this gold and silver metals ornaments for our body, because of to make our face more brighter. If you use this gold and silver, so they are having a bright surface, they are having a lustrous in nature, and they are very, very reflectors of very, very good reflectors of light. That is why we are using this gold and silver as ornaments, because they are the best reflectors of light. What is that? Best reflectors of light, so that our face is also, they will add beautiness to our body. That is why we can say, what we should say, they are the ornaments or the lustrous in nature, because they will reflect the light back into the same medium. Means they are the best reflectors of light. So among the gold and silver also, you may guess it. Who is the best reflector of light, Ra? Anybody? Gold or silver? Who is the best?
Sir,
Gold,
gold.
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 The
Gold, sir.
best reflector of light is silver. What is that? Silver.
Silver.
All of you. That is why you can see, if you see your face in silver plate, you can able to see exactly like a mirror. Correct or not? Clearly it will be visible, because silver metal is an excellent reflector of light. Please all of you write it. Silver best reflector or excellent reflector. Excellent reflector of light. Who is that, Ra? Silver. You understanding, Ra? This is what the fourth
Yes, sir.
property. What is that? Metals are lustrous or shiny, and they can be polished. They can be polished. So that property is called as what? Lustrous in nature or metallic luster. What is
Metallic
it?
luster.
Monesh?
Metallic luster.
Alana, respond me, Alana. And Laksha also. Laksha, Manya, Samya, everybody respond me. Shrutilaya, are you understanding Shrutilaya? The property of shining nature is called as what? Metallic luster.
Metallic luster.
Metallic luster.
Everyone, I wanted to say the names. Next, this is all about metallic luster. All luster metals are lustrous in nature. Now, what is the next property means? You can see, for example, how many of you know iron? All of you, do you know iron?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Do you know silver?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Do you know gold?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everything. So you all these things you people already know that. Now I will give you one knife and I will ask you to cut. Is it possible to cut?
No, sir.
Possible to cut?
Okay.
Is it possible to cut?
No, sir.
No.
No,
No, in the sense of they are very hard or very soft. That is what I want.
They're very hard.
They are very hard. Metals are generally hard. Please write it. That is what the fifth property. Next property. Next property. Not again all the metals. Metals are generally hard. Generally hard. So now, here I will say you two metals, except the two metals, then remaining all the metals are what? Very, very hard. Understand all of you? So,
Sir, sodium and potassium.
Yes, except sodium and potassium. So these are also metals only, but they are not very hard. They can easily cut with what? Cut with a knife. Do you understanding all of you? Yes or
sir.
not? Yeah. Except sodium. All of you write it. Except sodium and potassium, all the metals are very hard in nature, and it is not possible to cut with a knife. Do you understanding all of you? So most of the metals are very hard, but all the metals are not equally hard. You may observe that is also. Most of the metals are very hard. Most of the metals are
Very hard.
metals are very hard, but is it the hardness is same for everything or different? Is it an iron, gold, silver, everything is having same hardness or different hardness?
Different hardness.
Different hardness. That is what you remember. Most of the metals are very hard, but what is happening? But all the metals are not equally hard. That is what you have to remember.
Very hard.
But all the metals,
Different hardness.
not equally hard. Not equally hard. Suppose if we take iron and gold, understanding, iron is even more harder than the gold. Do you understanding all of you? Gold is less harder. Even though gold is a harder metal, but compared to the iron, what is that? Gold is less harder. Do you understanding, Ra? Iron is more harder. More harder. Like that, so many things if we'll take. Understand everything, somebody compared most of the metals, among all the metals, they are very good in a strength, like in a sense of they are very harder, except two metals. What are that?
Sodium and potassium.
Potassium. Except these two materials, we cannot, it is not possible to cut. These two metals alone, we can cut like a bread slices, cut with a knife. Except this, no metal is possible to cut with a knife. Is it, are you people are cutting metals with a knife? Anybody? Tamil Selvan, Darun, respond me. Suppose in our
No,
home,
sir.
iron rod, are you cutting with a knife? Is it possible?
No, sir.
They are very harder.
Sodium and potassium.
Remember, they cannot be, they are very
No,
hard.
sir.
They cannot be cut with a knife. So there are some exemptions. That is what I'm saying. Sodium and potassium, they are soft metals which can be easily cut with what? Easily cut with your knife. That is what you have to remember. This is what the water. Fifth property. Metals are generally hard. Metals are generally hard is the fifth property of metals. Next. Shall we go to the next property? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To the next property. What is the next property means? Metals are usually strong. We know that already. So they have high tensile strength. I will say what is the meaning of tensile strength. Please all of you write it. Metals are usually strong. Sixth property. Metals are usually strong. Sixth property. Metals are usually usually strong, means in the sense of what? They have high tensile strength. They have high tensile strength. Tensile strength. High tensile strength. Yes. Now, shall we discuss now? So what is this? What is this? Sir, when is revision for period test? Laksha, from tomorrow I will give the revision. Is it okay? For today I will stop. From tomorrow we will discuss. So metals, if you will observe. So these metals are usually very strong, understanding, and they have high tensile strength. For example, sir, what is the meaning of this tensile strength? If you want to understand this, then let us discuss one example. Suppose, how many of you know bridges? Bridge. Do you know bridges?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
noticed it? Bridges are always constructed with water. Always, our houses also nowadays, everything is constructed with metals only. Have you noticed it? Inside everything we are keeping iron rigs, iron reels and all. No? So
Yes,
most
sir.
of the bridges you can see the which we are constructing on the rivers or any kind of small water bodies and all. Everything made with the metals only. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Suppose metal bridges if you'll make. Understand? So now I am making the bridge with the metals and another kind of bridge with some kind of non-metals like suppose carbon. So now if I'll pass the train, if I'll pass the vehicle on this metal bridges and the carbon bridges, which can resist more?
Sir, metals.
Which can
Metal
resist
bridges.
more? So carbon bridges can easily broke down. Correct or not? And
Yes, sir.
metal bridges can be more they can resist. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose, for example, you have an iron string. You have an iron string and you have a normal string which is made up of some kind of a non-metal, like a you can take suppose like a thread. This is the thread, normal thread which is not made up of metal, and this is the metal wire, metal thread. Now I will ask you to break this and this one. So which can easily we can break?
The thread only we can cut, sir.
Only we can make it. That is, so metals is not possible. Now suppose, for example, you may notice that I have some kind of a metal surface and I have another kind of non-metal surface. Now I will keep the load here. More and more load I am keeping. So still this metal surface is not falling down. But if you'll observe, here I am keeping some amount of load. Automatically this surface will break down and this load will fall downwards. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
For example, you see, people are sitting in the iron chair. Three fellows also sat together. Now plastic chair. Is it possible to sit the three fellows?
No, sir.
No, definitely the chair. Chair will broke down or break down. Is it yes or no? Broken down.
Yes, sir.
So this is only called as tensile strength. Tensile strength means holding capacity. What we should call? All of you?
Holding capacity.
Holding capacity. So the metals can hold large weights without breaking. But you can see non-metals. Is it possible in non-metals?
No, sir.
So if you'll see that construction of bridges, buildings, railway lines, gridders, understanding missions, vehicles, everything is made up of metals because they have high tensile strength. So they can hold large weights without breaking. Do you understanding all of you? That is called as tensile strength. I hope you understand very well. If you have any doubt, please kindly ask me. Do you have any doubt? Shruti?
No, sir.
Shruti Laya?
No, sir.
Yeah,
No,
any doubt,
sir.
you can ask me. So I hope you understand very well.
Okay.
So what is the tensile strength means? All of you remember, tensile strength means what? Metals can hold large weights without breaking a surface. Understanding, Ra? Which can hold large weights without
Breaking.
that is what we should call as tensile strength. What we should call, Ra? Please note it down. Tensile strength. So you can take for example iron. Iron metal we are using in construction of bridges, construction of buildings, etc., etc. Because though the most of the metals are very strong, but some of the metals are not strong. That is also how to remember. And iron is the cheapest metal also compared to the gold, silver, and etc. Iron is available, understanding, for the less cost, and also you can see, understand, it is very, very stronger. That is why we are using in construction of bridges, buildings, and etc., etc. But some metals are not stronger. That is also how to remember. Not all the metals. Some metals are not stronger. So for example, again, two metals, they are exemption. So they are not strong. They have low tensile strength. What is that metals? Except
Sodium and potassium.
sodium and potassium. See, sodium and potassium is exemption for so many cases. Ra. Everything. Malleability, exemption, sodium and potassium. Ductility, exemption, sodium and potassium. Conductivity of heat and electricity, sodium and potassium. Next one, lustrous, sodium and potassium. Next one, again now what it is? What is that called as now? Tensile strength. Except, understanding, again here also, except two metals. What is that metals, Ra? Sodium and
Sodium and potassium.
Potassium.
potassium. That's it. So except sodium and potassium, remaining all the metals are high tensile strength. Understand all of you? Except sodium and two metals, sodium and potassium, remaining all the metals are what? Remaining metals are high tensile strength. Please note it down. Is it completed? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is. So now, if you understand, this is what the sixth property. What is the sixth property, Ra? Metals have,
Metals are sonorous.
metals are usually strong. They have high tensile strength. Is our sixth property. Next, go for the seventh property. Very, very important for all of you. So seventh, totally 9 properties will be there, 9 or 10. So the seventh properties is, what is the state of metals at room temperature? What is the state of room temperature? What is the state of metals at room temperature? Anybody?
Solid.
Solids. Alana, Monish, everybody. So all
Yes, sir.
the metals, most of the metals, they are solids at room temperature. The only metal which is liquid state at room temperature is what? Mercury.
Bro.
Understand all of you? Please tell me.
Mercury.
Tell me, right? Metals are solids at the room temperature. That is the seventh property, right? Metals are solids at room temperature. Shall I say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now, right? Except mercury. Mercury is our only liquid metal. Except mercury, all the metals are solid at room temperature. Is it any doubt? Anybody please ask. This is what the seventh property. Metals are very solids. They are all the metals, they are solids at room temperature. Except one metal, that is only called as what? That is only called as room
Mercury.
temperature. Yeah.
Mercury.
Srutilaya is asking room temperature. What is the meaning of room temperature? Anybody? Srutilaya is asking room temperature. Room temperature means without heating, whatever the temperature is measured in our room. Suppose, see, now check your phone and what is the temperature? Tell me. I will check my phone and I will tell you. What is the temperature in our phone? Please tell me. Phone, it is showing correct. You can observe. Is it showing or not? Solapa.
Sir, I am using laptop. Sir.
No, sir.
You are using laptop, then you can check it. It is there. Somebody, my phone, it is not showing actually. So yeah, some other, any other. I will say. You people won't say correct.
Sir,
1
but it
minute,
is
sir.
showing weather, sir, 22 degrees Celsius.
22 degrees Celsius, correct?
Weather it is showing, sir.
Actually, whether it will show. Actually, today it is actually sunny day, and the maximum temperature it will goes to 31 to 31. Between it will varies. That is tomorrow. Tomorrow it will go to 33. Understanding? This is the temperature 33 to 25. This is the variation of temperature of today's. And today it is little bit cloudy also. It is even till now sunrising is not takes place properly. Have you noticed it? So
Yes, sir.
called
Sir.
as temperature.
Sir.
Shruti, this is only known as room temperature. The
Yes, sir.
temperature of our room is called as room temperature. Is it okay, Shruti? Yeah, presently it is showing 20 degrees.
Okay, sir.
Presently now at Pudukota it is showing 20 degrees. So this 20 degrees is called as room temperature. Understand, Shrutilaya? Sulama?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that is what. So that is what we should
Okay, sir.
temperature. So at this room temperature, most of the metals are what? Ra? Metals are solid and
Solid.
few metals are in liquid state. That is also only one metal. That is what we should call mercury. Except mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature. This is what the seventh property. Is there any doubt? Kindly ask me, please. Our doubt? Totally we have 11 properties. Next, eighth one. Metals generate metals generally have high melting points and boiling points. Metals generally have eighth point. What is the MP and BP? Metals are having high melting point. Melting point means what? Solid to liquid or liquid to gas? Melting point.
The solid to liquid.
And
Solid to
that's
liquid, sir.
Liquid, sir.
melting point and boiling point. Boiling point. So now, so if you observe here, metals are having high melting point and boiling point, correct or not? But they're still there. You can see here, the high melting points and boiling points are present. But we some exceptional cases are there. Some metals are there. Again, some metals. What is that called as? Except sodium and potassium. Understand?
Potassium.
Except sodium and potassium. So they are having a boiling point below 100. Except sodium. Except what? Sodium and potassium. Do you understand?
Potassium.
Sodium symbol is what? Sodium symbol is Na.
Na.
Potassium symbol is K. Understand? Except this sodium and potassium, which is having what is the boiling point? Boiling point not melting point of this one. Understanding? They have a very low melting point. It is less than 100 degrees Celsius. How much it is?
Less than 100 degrees
That's
Celsius.
100 degrees Celsius.
Melting point of this one is less than 100 degrees Celsius. That is why they won't consider exception we are giving. High metals are having high melting point means like 500, 1000, 1500 like that it will be. For example, if you take, so except sodium and potassium, who is having melting point of how much? Less than
100 degrees Celsius.
correct or not? Now, if we'll take, suppose, for example, iron is the metal having a high melting point that is 1535 degrees Celsius. What is that? Iron, if you take. What is that? Iron is the
1535, sir.
melting point, highest melting point. So that is, you know that value it is 1535 degrees Celsius. Means in the sense of, if you want to make the liquid iron, how much you have to heat? Liquid iron. If you want to melt the iron, then we have to heat how much? 1535 degrees Celsius. That is why we can say most of the metals having high melting points and only two metals having low melting points. What is that called as? Sodium and
Sodium and potassium.
potassium. Same way. If a melting point is more, then if you want to make it a boiling point, then very huge number of energy, huge amount of energy need to spend so that converting into gases. That is why we can say generally metals having what? High melting points and high melting Tell me boiling points.
High boiling point.
That is, for example, like iron, if you take copper melting point is 1083 degrees Celsius. How much is copper?
1083 degrees Celsius.
Copper, 1083 degrees Celsius. Please, all of you note it down. Next, if we'll take some exemption is there, that is sodium and potassium. Now, if we'll take another metal called as gallium. What we should call?
Gallium.
Understand, Ra? So now, this gallium if we'll take, which is also having very, very low temperature, very, very low melting point. So this gallium, just if we'll hold in our hand also, like ice, how it will be converting into liquid state? If we'll keep the ice in our hand, it will be
Yes, sir.
same way. This gallium is a metal such a way that it is just very close to the room temperature. So just if we'll hold it in our hands, then what will happen? This automatically will delete. Understanding, Ra? Like in the sense of it will be converting into